SMT Nation, we back. Nation, Charter Spectrum has become a real legitimate mobile provider. Well, I should say MVNO provider of wireless service. So much so that they've got over 8 million subscribers on wireless. Remember, they do operate over the Verizon network, but we can't overlook them. They take share. But more importantly, they're starting to do some things. They're getting very active promotionally, but in some very unique ways, and it's probably going to be impactful in the industry, and I'm going to explain why. We got some disclosures from their CEO at an investor conference today, and we'll be talking about that here in today's video. Link for the article from Jeff Baumgartner over at Light Reading. I'll provide a link for that in the description if you guys want to see all the details. Give that article a read. So find that down there. Also, ways to support us can be found in the description. Please do like and share this video. Subscribe if it's your first time here, and turn on the bell notifications icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. All right, folks, so some of the most interesting parts of these conferences, that you really got to sit through a lot of really boring things, bad questions, disclosures that aren't really meaningful, but sometimes you get some gems, and we got some from Charter Communications, aka Spectrum, and their CEO, Winfrey. All right, so one of the things that he mentioned very specifically that they were going to be doing and not doing. Okay, so the first thing, what they're not going to be doing, and that's going to be aggressive device subsidies. So we're talking about iPhone deals and Galaxy deals. They really don't want to do that. And the reason for that, guys, is it's very expensive. What at&t does with the existing customers, new customers, all get the same deal, free iPhones and Galaxies. That is not cheap. It is quite expensive. So much so, at&t doesn't even offer anything else within their plans. They give you the best deal on a phone. They give you, I would say competitive rates on the wireless plans. And that's it. There's no extras. There's no goodies. There's no benefits. That's it, right? So, Charter doesn't seem to be too keen on the idea of giving out heavily subsidized versions of phone sales. But something interesting that the CEO said is Charter is developing a contract buyout option, which is very interesting. So this could be something of some of the things that we've seen from T-Mobile in the past, right? Some of the things from the other carriers, switch, we'll pay off your phone, we'll give you new phones, that type of stuff. So we're seeing Spectrum get really aggressive in mobile, but they're not really growing in their core business, which is home broadband. In fact, most of the activity at Spectrum seems to be on the mobile side. Another thing that they also mentioned with respect to alongside the plans was expanding CBRS, but they did say, they're not in a rush to deploy CBRS. They did say that they were going to have a second market launched with CBRS small cells, the first one being Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm guessing that the next market is probably also going to be in the same state. I wouldn't see why not, but anyways, they disclosed that about 88% of mobile traffic is being offloaded to their Wi-Fi access points. And because of the deal that they have with Verizon, at least according to their claims, they're getting such a good rate. They have so much data offload to their Wi-Fi access points. They're not in a rush to deploy the CBRS. Okay, so that kind of gets you caught up on what they're doing with the network and where they're at with that. I know they're not adding broadband subscribers. They're not adding home internet customers. The housing market, new build, stuff like that. They're not really seeing that right at the pace that they wanted to see. No indication of when that's going to change. So we're not expecting, a bunch of new customer additions to home broadband anytime soon. We didn't get any color or transparency on that. But I think what's most important and what's most telling out of this update is the fact that Charter's going to be buying out phone contracts. Does that mean phone contracts from Verizon? Are they going to target T-Mobile customers? Do they know something we don't know? Do they take advantage of price increases from T-Mobile or, Verizon? I mean, you got to think about the timing here, right? The churn rate within the industry is very low, right? As an industry, right? AT&T's at 0.72. That's really good customer retention. T-Mobile was at 0.86, Verizon at 0.89. Doesn't seem like that's a lot of switchers, right? So pretty mature, pretty flat, not a lot of movement. So maybe Charter's looking at this like, let's come in and disrupt and let's see if we can get some customers. And their growth has slowed. 1 year ago quarter, they added 660,000 subscribers in mobile services. This year, that same quarter was like 450,000. So maybe they're trying to kind of kick things back up. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But what do you guys think? Why is Charter doing this? What do you think the goal is? Do you think they're going to be successful? Do you like what you're seeing? I think this is great. It's an aggressive move from them, and they're willing to try to get people to come over to their service. What are your thoughts and opinions? Well, they are welcome down below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.